Hi, I'm Jessica Antonelli, and I'm so excited to be here with artist Zola Delburn for our continuing series on Meet the San Miguel Art Teachers. So thank you so much for having us in your studio, Zola.
Well, thank you for coming.
My pleasure. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your art classes today. Zola teaches oil painting and a little bit of acrylic as well, correct?
Yes, it depends on the student. I teach oils mainly, but if they would prefer acrylics, I work with acrylics too.
Very flexible. Fantastic. And can you tell us the three classes that you offer here?
Yes, I teach a class in color theory, a class in composition, and then I have another class where we work with palette knives. Palette knives and dry brush, so different techniques.
Fabulous. So you really get a chance to learn how to work with the medium before you begin your own compositions, and you learn about color, texture, all of those essentials that help build the perfect painting.
Yes.
Beautiful. So before we get more into the classes, can you tell me a little bit about your personal background? How did you get into teaching and art?
Well, I've always painted and always been very creative. I initially started out designing clothing.
Oh, really?
But I went to art school, and so I'm painting. And I've just always painted, and I just decided that's what I really wanted to do. And I love it. And my father's a teacher, so I got that edge from him, and I just love it. I love sharing with people, the magic of painting.
And you have a fabulous backstory about San Miguel and how you got here. Can you tell us about your history living in the city?
Well, the first time I came through San Miguel, I was on my way to the coast, to just north of Puerto Vallarta, and we drove through here, and I fell in love with it immediately. And so I decided to come back, and eventually in the early 90s, I moved here and taught at the Instituto. There was a foundation class that I taught. I really do like to work with beginners.
Yes.
There's just so much joy. They get just
discovering the medium for the first time. I've heard so many magical stories of that whole building just being full of easels under the arcades and that creative environment.
Everything was open, the gardens, and you just were going back and forth and always seeing people that, were either in printmaking or jewelry or painting or weaving, and just such a great exchange of creativity. Met some really wonderful people.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, as far as your classes go, the classes that you're offering here and now in San Miguel, what could a student expect walking into your classroom?
Well, the studio is very, what's the right word? Cozy.
Intimate.
It's intimate,
lovely.
Yes, with lots of great light. The space is slightly restricted, so I only take 3 students at a time, so it's a very intimate setting. And I just, once I meet the students, it's all catered towards them and where they're coming from.
So really customized to their goals and exactly what they want to get out of the class. That's fabulous. And that's great, too, that it can be flexible for if it's someone who lives here or somebody who is here on vacation.
Yes.
So very nice. And as far as those students go, is there any one piece of advice that you find yourself giving over and over again to students? Or
it's to relax.
Yes.
To relax and to stand back from the easel.
Yeah.
Because we tend to get too close. And when you do that, it makes it hard for you to, move your arms so that you can paint.
Right.
And if you're not relaxed, relax, breathe, Oh,
well, hello. Special guest on the show.
And then the other thing I always tell them is that, not to worry about making a mistake, because it can always be fixed. And I show them, that
how to do it, right?
how to do it, so that you aren't approaching what you're working on, from a place of fear. I'm afraid I'm going to make, I'm going to make a wrong mark.
Right.
I'm going to go outside this line, or it's like we can fix it.
Yes.
Just.
And that's one thing I love about oil paint in particular. It's my favorite medium, besides just the smell of the linseed oil and the whole history behind it. How malleable it is, that you really can, and beginners don't know. Sometimes you need to go in with a paint knife. Other times maybe a little touch of turpentine.
Right.
But you can't always continue on, and sometimes those mistakes lead us into opportunities to find something new about the painting that we wouldn't have done otherwise.
Exactly.
All right, well, with no further ado, let's take a little tour around the studio and see more of what activities Zola is offering in her classes.